Marcia. We have Marcia on today, and we're going to get quick into the program. If you are first time that get onto our platform, we feature thriving stories, especially successful stories that that get a lot of passion and challenges to get to where the person is today. So like always, it's a very, very casual conversation, and we're just like a bunch of girlfriends sit and talk together. And my co-host, Sarah, is going to kick off the program by introducing herself. And then I'm going to take a minute to talk about who I am real quick. And then we're going to dive into our guest. Today, we have our special guest. Her name is Marcia Reece. And I can't wait to introduce you to her to you.
Yes. Yeah, it's so nice to have Marcia with us today. But as usual, I always kick off the show by introducing myself. I'm Sarah M. I grew up in Cambodia, and my life started out beautiful until on that fateful day when the communist Khmer Rouge took over our country. And 2 million people die in 4 years, and I'm one of the survivors. And I'm I'm survived because, and I want to share my story with people. That's why, I'm doing this so that people can have home. If I can survive such a thing, you can survive anything. And that's my message. So I wrote my book. It's how I survived the killing fields, and I'm also a speaker. So if you ever need an inspirational speaker, Lee and I, we are both speakers. So reach out to us, and we might be able to inspire your audience.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. And my name is Lea Tran. I'm the other half of this show. I come from a background of slightly different. I'm from Vietnam, born in Vietnam, got to this country when I was 17 years old. Went through an ordeal transition from running away from communists and endure 4 years of oppressions to the refugee camp and finally get to America in 1980. So you can find my story also on my TEDx talk and also on my memoir. It's called I Did Not Miss the Boat. Truly, I did not, because I am here to be with you. And mentally, I am grappled the part that I don't want to miss anything in life either. So part of me was a scientist for 17 years as, trying to find a way to treat AIDS epidemic back then. So I'm always have a really good curiosity about things behind the science, behind the logic of how, innovative and all kind of thing. So I stumbled across and met Marcia, I think one of the networking event, and I read her profile and the title of her website and the things that she represents really caught my eyes. And it says, stay well with copper, or copper kills germs. And I know inorganic, but not to the extent that, so I got really excited and I contact her. I think this is back in, I don't know, in the early spring. And I'm so glad that Marcia accepted my invitation to come on here and share her story with you. And maybe she can help us find a way to have a safer environment and have a safer things that we don't put more chemical into our body by just using something as simple as the nature resource as copper. But before we go further, I'd love to hear about Marcia's story and her background and many other inventions before she got to the copper. So Marcia, welcome.
Thank you both for having me on. It's really pleasant to be here and to get to hear both of your stories. I applaud what you ladies have lived through. I've had the blessing to live in America, in a free country, my entire life. I can't imagine the horrors of living in a communist country. So hats off to both of you ladies, and I'm glad you're in America.
Thank you. It's a blessing. It's a blessing for both of us. And that's why we want to be able to share our story in order to inspire more people to do the things that they know they can do, but afraid to do.
Well, and we're lucky here in America. We do get to live our dreams and follow our passions. And that's how we all met each other several years ago. Well, let me give you my backstory. Back in the 1970s, mid last century, I invented sidewalk chalk and brought it to a global market. I was born in Southeast Iowa on a farm and learned if I wanted something, I needed to learn how to make it myself. My parents were very frugal and they thought that we all could make what we wanted. And then when I had my children, I have a son and a daughter. When my daughter was very young, she always wore prissy pink and she didn't like to get dirty. And the only chalk available back then was those little skinny sticks of blackboard chalk that was full of lead. It was dusty, it dirty, stained, and it broke. It was a messy, dirty product. So in the summer of about 1979-80, I thought there's got to be a better way to make chalk. So I went to this place called the library. They had one back then. No Google.
Yeah, I remember that.
No computers yet. And I started researching how to make chalk and just kind of started mixing and playing. And my husband told people I was trying to make muffins and came up with chalk, but that I was trying to make a better chalk for her. Well, what we came up with was a very hard, durable chalk that we could use on the sidewalks outside, and sidewalk chalk was born. So I grew that company to 72% global market share. And then I was lucky enough to sell it to the world's largest toy company, not because they wanted to sell chalk. They wanted my distribution system. We sold sidewalk chalk everywhere you can imagine. Specialty mass, toy, education, military, ad specialty, premium promotions. We did 53 million 3-packs for McDonald's. We sold chalk like crazy, but they wanted my distribution. They had created a product, but they'd never marketed a product in the US. So they thought if they could buy a company with a large distribution base, they could flood it. So I put together a 6-person team and we brought Power Rangers into my distribution system and took it to $1 billion in 14 months. It was the craziest time of my life. So much fun. Oh, just to have ridden that horse once is amazing. I had a 2-year golden handcuff with them. And when my 2 years was up, I did not extend. The man who was the chairman, and you ladies will understand this, he was a 64-year-old Japanese man, about 4'10". I'm 5'8", I was a young Western woman. He wouldn't look at me. He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't address me. It was a whole cultural thing, which you ladies probably do understand.
Yes.
Yes.
At any rate, I had had enough. I had made his company $1 billion brand, and yet he still could not look at me in the face and say thank you. But his checks all cleared the bank, so life goes on. The next major product I invented that you might have used is the gel-filled wrist rest that goes in front of the keyboards. And
oh, wow.
I invented that because my arms hurt when I typed a lot. And you know, that's all the work that I've done in my whole career is I find a practical solution to an everyday problem. I don't invent Teslas or spaceships or computers. I'm not a genius, but I'm practical and I find a solution for a problem I have. If I have it, probably a lot of other people do as well. So instead of taking that to my own manufacturing like I did with chalk, I granted a worldwide license to the product to a company called Case Logic, and they took it global. I then worked for companies in Montreal, in Cambridge, England, in Germany, in Nuremberg, in China. I worked for a lot of different companies designing product for them. I love to create product. And I was running pretty hard, keeping very, very busy, and I got deadly ill. I contracted a MRSA staph infection in the lowest part of my spine, and I nearly died. I had final rites twice, I had 6 surgeries, and I had to learn to walk again. And I'm thrilled to tell you both, I'm a picture of health today. But that experience is what made me want to find a way to kill germs without chemicals and without drugs. And again, I went back to the research point. This time I could use Google. So in 2018, I found out that 6,800 years ago, the Egyptians used copper. They didn't know its antimicrobial properties, but they knew if they stored their water in copper vessels, it wouldn't get scummy.
Oh.
So that was the beginning that we know of in recorded history. 6,800 years ago, the Egyptians used copper. It's been used for centuries until the 1800s, when John D. Rockefeller, who was our country's first billionaire, and in the 1800s, a billion was a lot. It's still a lot today,
It's
but
still a
back
lot,
then,
yes.
it was really a lot. He started investing in drug companies. And he had so much money that he used his money to buy politicians' votes. Can you imagine that? I think that happened.
Sounds a little familiar here.
Sounds familiar. So he bought the legislature to vote that unless a doctor ordered it or it was a drug, it would not be paid for by insurance. So he was responsible for killing naturopathy, homeopathy, chiropractic, acupuncture, all of that would no longer be covered by insurance. So instead of treating ourselves naturally, people started taking drugs. Well, I don't like drugs. I like to live as clean and natural as I can, other than I do like champagne. I don't know if champagne is considered a drug.
It's not a drug.
Anyway, at any rate, copper was the product that I found that on contact, this is our copper roller. I wear it around my neck everywhere, all day, every day. And if you roll it between your hands, it will kill 99.97% of germs on contact.
Wow.
Yeah, now ladies are gonna laugh. We also use it like a Q-tip for the nose every morning and every night. And that's how we got on Jimmy Kimmel Live. He was making fun of us. But it kills the germs before they can get into our bodies. And the funny thing is, a couple of weeks ago, we had some house guests, and one of the guests came with a sore throat and an ear infection and not feeling well. And I said, well, let me go get my drug case and see if I've got something that'll make you more comfortable. So I went and I found NyQuil, Dayquil, Mucinex, and the lady said, Marcia, these are all expired. And I went, of course.
Haven't used it for a long time.
My husband and I have not been sick for over 4 years now. We've not even had a cold. And we have 200 people in our test group. Pilots, nurses, doctors, preschool people, nursing home workers. No one of 200 people have had the COVID. They haven't had a cold, nothing since August of 2019. So this stuff really works. We make a patch that goes on the back of your phone, which is the thing we touch all the time. And so while you're touching, texting, and talking, it's keeping your hands clean. So it's just smart, it's practical, and it will keep you healthy. And actually on February 10th, the EPA came out with an edict that said antimicrobial copper kills the germs that cause COVID. So even though, we can't say that because we'll get in trouble with Amazon, it's true. And the EPA has said it is true. And then on March 18th, St. Patrick's Day, we became the first direct-to-consumer copper company to get our EPA certification. So we are now EPA registered as a bacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral, and we do kill germs on contact. So it is, and the other neat thing is no chemicals, and it lasts forever. And I want to show you one picture, and then I'll let you ladies take it over. My husband and I and a friend of ours were at a restaurant about a week and a half ago, a mid-tier national chain. And we walked in, and right by the hostess stand was a hand sanitizer pump that you're supposed to put your hand in and wipe all over. This is what it looked like, ladies. The hand sanitizer chemicals had eaten through the paint on this display. Is this what you want to be rubbing into your skin and the skin of your children? I think not. So I took these pictures because I want to do a Facebook blog about how harmful these chemicals are for our body. And we have a natural alternative that lasts forever. Copper, this same piece of copper will be killing germs 500 years from now. It will never stop killing germs. It's a wonderful solution. So that's my
But it's
passion.
just so much to unpack. Oh my
Yes.
God, I can have you for another 3 hours, but I know our time is very limited. So I'm going to ask you some of the essential questions.
Great.
Okay, so why are you here? You should be out in the Shark Tank.
Well, I'll tell you, this is my first appearance since I got out of prison. Yesterday at 7:08 a.m., I got out of prison. I was in Amazon prison for 10 months. They were our primary sales vehicle, and they banned our product, saying that we were making claims about killing germs that we were not legally entitled to make. We got our legal certification on March 18th, and it took until yesterday for them to finally release us from Amazon jail. So we will be going back on Amazon. We have to rebuild our sales. For 10 months, we had nearly—
I think if anybody is listening to this show, and so far the last 10 minutes, if you have a platform, you need to invite Marcia, because I am a big proponent, endorsement for people who using natural product without chemical. And I am sure you are the #1 competitor enemy of Purell and all the other things out there.
It's so bad for your skin and for your internal organs. But I am looking for affiliates. We do have an affiliate link at the very bottom of our website, staywellcopper.com.
Okay.
And we do pay affiliate referral fees. So if you send your people to our website to buy product, you do get paid an affiliate commission. So we are trying to build a natural brand ambassador sales force, because and we are also looking for foreign distributors. We do have a distributor in Canada now that's selling our product in Canada, but germs are global. They need to be killed in every country on this planet, and we've got a natural product to do it. And also everything about our product is made in the USA, and I'm very proud of that.
So is there a special thing that you put in the copper, or how does this copper be manufactured? You know, it's just like, what's the difference with a regular copper?
Interesting question. This water bottle is what I drink my water out of. It's pure copper. It won't kill one germ on the outside. The inside, which is tarnished because it's pure copper, is where the germs get killed. So my water is very pure. It's lacquered on the outside because when copper is exposed to air, it starts to tarnish, and people want things to look nice and shiny. But the minute you lacquer it, you kill the ability of the surface of the copper it kills germs by electromagnetically electrocuting the germ. It destroys the DNA of the germ. It destroys the molecule, so it cannot reproduce and morph and turn into a superbug. But this copper won't kill a thing on the outside. The magic's on
because it's not pure copper. It's blended with some other chemical.
No, this is pure copper, but it's been lacquered so it stays shiny.
Oh, okay.
There's the difference. So it's all in how we refine the copper from the mines. It has to be treated a certain way. If you treat copper with too much heat, it will kill its germ fighting abilities. So it's all in the fabrication. And then we do use medical grade antimicrobial copper, the very finest.
So I am thinking big. I'm thinking more than just something for the phone. I mean, like hospital equipments, because right now we're using all the stainless steel and sterilize all those things. But would that be a good market?
Stainless steel does not kill a single germ. It just looks clean, but no, it's a dirty metal. We also have a door plate where you push to open when you go in and out of doors.
Right.
So we do a little bit into the commercial market. We do engraving on our patches. We can take your logo. Here's a logo that I did for a company. Let's see if you can see that.
Yes.
I engraved this logo.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of that for companies. But no, we got a big message to get out there, because you do not need hand sanitizers to stay healthy.
Right.
Your roller, use it, roll it. I have a girlfriend her dad invented the Etch-a-Sketch. And whenever she gets sick, she gets a sore throat. That's what always has happened before Stay Well. So I gave her one of these, 3.5 years ago when I created the company. And when she gets a sore throat, she rinses it off at her kitchen sink and she sucks on it like a lollipop. And for 3.5 years, she has not had another sore throat.
Wow.
Because this
Quite a testimonial. Whoa. Yes.
we have a lot of, well, we used to have a lot of them on Amazon, but of course, when I went to prison for Amazon, and I am going to be, I'm talking about the Amazon prison.
Right.
When they
right.
took us off their selling platform, they removed all our wonderful reviews. People
Because of the claim. So do you have like study or any of the big institutes to back up your study?
Yes, Southampton University in England has it's on our website, I believe. If you go to our scientific links, you
Okay.
can see the video of they put 10 million MRSA cells on copper and on stainless steel and left them alone under these high-powered magnifying glasses, microscopes. And in 9 minutes, the ones on the copper were completely dead. Stainless steel was alive and still having a party. So and then I have a study that we did, and it's not scientific, but we took a luminometer, which is a machine that measures germs on surfaces. We swabbed a door handle in a fast food establishment that you all would know, but I don't want to say their name. I don't want to get anyone in
I
trouble.
know, yeah. Everything's a liability here.
Yes. And it was 129 was the germ count. Anything over 10 is not safe for human exposure. Then we swabbed one of our door plates, same place, and tested it 0. So I was thrilled that and I didn't know we didn't rig the test. It was a legitimate test that we did out in Santa Cruz, California. So we're not a big company, and Amazon did just about kill us, but we are fighting back now. We will be selling again on Amazon probably by this time next week. We were just released yesterday to sell. So please do check us out. If you buy our product on Amazon, send me an email and I'll send your viewers something very special as a thank you, because we have to get our ranking back, our rating back.
Right.
They did a lot.
Yeah, I mean, those big companies do have a lot of power over small, but you've gone through so many of this. This is not the first time you invented some wonderful products, so I'm sure you know how to combat them. My other question is, so this is perfect for COVID virus. Does it go against, I know that bacteria is big, germs, bacteria, but there's also preventing virus as well. Does it kill?
The EPA on February 10th said antimicrobial copper kills the germs that cause COVID. That's exactly their statement.
Oh, wow.
So I don't.
But this is huge. This is huge.
Every one of your viewers should have copper in their lives on the things you touch most, your car keys, your cell phones. I wear this. I don't leave home without it, and I don't get sick.
But it's just not any piece of copper that you find on the street.
No.
It's got to be a specified copper.
I had somebody say, I'll just go to Home Depot and buy a copper piece of plumbing. And I said, well, it's like I showed you, not all copper is created the same. It has to be fabricated to be what we need it to be, which is a germ killing property. But yeah, and the neat thing is one purchase will last forever. And on our Shopify, we have found most of our people buy 3 to 5 pieces, because who in your life do you not love enough to want to keep them healthy? Once they buy one, they want to buy it for their brothers or sisters or moms, dads, kids, grandkids, co-workers. So it just takes getting the word out there. It's like, thank you for helping share this word. It's just one person at a time that we can start to fight germs naturally with no chemicals.
Absolutely. I am excited for the product.
I'm with you. I love the natural product. I don't appreciate anything that have chemical toxics and everything. So that's how a lot of people get cancer, because of so much toxicity in our life.
Well, and the tens and tens and tens of millions of hand sanitizer bottles that are now plugging our landfill. I mean, it just, the whole thing
It
is such a
is.
bad mess when there was a natural solution that works perfectly and has worked for 6,800 years. This isn't something we just invented yesterday. We took copper and made it into an easy to use, affordable, everlasting solution. And I really would love to have you sign up as affiliates and help get the word out there and make some money doing it. We're happy to
So
share.
where is the website? It's called staywellcopper.com. Is that
Yes.
where it is?
Yes, staywellcopper.com. And the affiliate link is at the very bottom of the homepage.
Well, you certainly can put the link on our Facebook group under the interview, so
Thank
people can get to the site.
Thank
But
you.
I am so excited for, and I want to say that I super admire for you, whatever that you are needing in your life, you turn around and turn that into a product to help millions of people with your sidewalk chalk, which is also a safe product to use for children, which is great because I can understand how toxic all the skinny chalk that you were talking about. You know, we all went to school at the age back then, and we saw that on the chalkboard and we're wiping on it and inhale it and all kind of thing. But yeah, so you have been, oh my God, I am speechless. The way that you turn around and turn everything into gold, even copper can become gold.
Well, we treat our customers like gold when they buy our copper.
So what's the typical price point for that tube that you're wearing?
This is $32.99 on our website, and I think our phone patches are $22 and $24. But remember, they last forever.
So the phone patches just get a sticky thing that you just stick in the back of your phone.
Yes. It is we worked with 3M for about 6 months to develop this special adhesive. It's a good adhesive, and it does stay in place very well. And if you change your phone case and you're going to get a new phone case, don't throw that piece of copper away. Carefully take it off your old phone case and put it on something else that's germy. I have people who have put them inside their wallets by where their credit card slots are, because our money is very germy. So why not be
everything we touch? And
yes.
and the thought of just like, you know, people go out and then just slap a bunch of Purell and then go pick something and eat it, and now you're eating germ and chemical at the same time.
That so grosses me out. So whenever you do buy your copper, don't ever throw it away. It will last forever and kill germs the whole time. And it will tarnish. You can see how this is not shiny, like the new ones are very bright and shiny. You can see the difference.
And you don't need to wash it with soap or anything, right?
It kills just as many germs tarnished as it does shiny. Like a lot of times when I'm going out, if I know I'm going to be talking about my copper, I will polish this with the copper polish, but you don't need to.
Does it come with the chain, and the chain's also copper, or?
Yes, this Hope necklace is on our website. It does come with a chain. The other one comes with a clip attachment that will go on your keychain or a backpack. And the chain is copper, but it's lacquered like this water bottle.
Okay.
It's lacquered so it won't turn my neck green.
Right. Right. Because copper have a tendency of oxidizing and
yes.
It will, yeah.
Yes, it's all natural. It doesn't hurt a single thing when it does that.
This is wonderful. I want to respect your time, and I am gratefully thank you for coming on the show and talk and educate me and Sarah and our audience about your product. And I'm really, really excited to see that there's something out there that give us hope beside taking more pills and getting more chemical into our body and our environment, which is not a good thing.
Thank you both so much. I look forward to our next conversation off the air, because I think we've just started a long-lasting friendship today.
Oh,
definitely.
I would love to. Yeah, we would love to get to know you more. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching. And I really love to have you check on the product and check on, more importantly, the person who's behind the product, because Marcia has got quite an interesting story that she's keep going and going. And for somebody who have been selling product and make $1 billion for other company, you usually think they would sit back and relax and enjoy the fruit of product, but
it's not about money. It's about making product that makes people's lives.
Right. It's making
healthier and
impact.
happier. Yep.
Right.
I hope I can do it for my last day on earth, because I know I will have made a difference.
Yes.
Sure,
That's all our legacy is, right? But
Yeah.
thank you so much again. And we will be in touch. Yeah.
Thank you both, ladies. Have a wonderful weekend and stay well.
Thank you.
Yes,
You too.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.